Okay, so this is my work area. I apologize for the mess. Post-craft fair is a little bit hectic, and thought that I would just do this video to give you a basic tour of my ingredients, my stock, everything I have and use on a daily basis. Over here is where I store all of my molds that I use when I rebatch my goat's milk soap. That's wedding fun. But, yep, got all of my molds that I have to use. A couple of soaps that I've broken out of them. Of course, utensils. My box. My plethora of essential oils and extracts. Thank you cards, business cards, international shipping labels. Most of my ingredients that I use. Not the lye and stuff, which is in another area. I keep it separate. All of my containers for anything I try and make. This is my display that I use for the shop. It's plain, it's nice, draws attention, and of course, gotta have good lighting. So, there's the foot lamp and the old lamp. This is my stock area, where I keep everything. And top one is makeup samples, foundations and blushes, black drawing salves and mascaras, my lip balm choices and lipsticks. And I just keep them in boxes and priced so that whenever I get a call to do a craft show anymore, they actually just fold right up. Let me do one of them. And they just close like that. And so I can just pack them up, not have to put them away again. Those are all my extras that gotta be remade because the shea butter I use is completely organic and I have to filter it and sift it all myself. And it turned out a little bit on the thick side, so I've got to add a bit more vitamin E oil. These are all of my labels, labeling, mica powders, my soap stock with bad labels. I just decided to switch to straight color coding. So any one of these soaps I can tell what it is, specifically by the shade or color. You know, rose petal soap, orange peel, cactus blossom, perfect man. Peppermint is the same color so they get a blue dot. Citrus cilantro, lavender, amber vanilla, cucumber melon. And then there are a few more, but I'm currently making them. And of course, the men's favorite shaving soap, which I am sold out of often. And usually I have a giant bag of samples of every scent, but those are in the living room right now from my orders. And you know, this is where I dry the soaps after I've rebatched them or after I've made a fresh batch of soap. And when I make my soap, I'm over here on this messy table. I've got my shea butter in the way. But I have my lye. I always rebag it after I use it, so it's closed up. And that way, if I am babysitting or by some odd chance have a child in the house, they cannot get to it. And all utensils I use for mixing lye are also in a tote under my soap making station. And of course I have my gallons of olive oil, plastic wraps, lards for extremely sensitive skin, my packaging station. I have all of my gift wrapping, all my tissue, boxes, everything I need. This is where I do my packaging, breaking products apart, fixing things, and just generally making stuff. I really need to get rid of this vanity because it is in the way constantly. Ignore the crazy hair. This is my herb drying station. I've tried to grow some fresh basil in it. Did not work. So now I just dry my flowers right there in the window. Works very well. These are the bowls I use to mix my soap in. When I make my goat's milk soap, I use condensed evaporated Meyer's goat milk soap. At least I believe that's the name. It's about as close as I can get to goat's milk. I tried using local goat's milk, but it was extremely expensive, very hard to come by, and not a very dependable seller, so I ended up stopping that. So right now I'm using condensed goat's milk soap, which is a little bit more stable. It takes less of it, so I can add more oils. Right now I'm making an order for lotion bars. It takes shea butter, vitamin E oil, and a little bit of coconut oil. You just gotta simmer it for about an hour for all of them to properly adhere together. But I will be making another loaf of goat's milk soap today. And the trick is, once you've made it, you gotta try and cook the lye out before letting it set. And that cures it about 2 weeks faster than regular. Usually it takes, 4 to 6 weeks for soap to properly dry out after it's saponified. But if you cook it out in here before pouring it into this, it's ready in 2 to 3 weeks instead. And then I just pop it right out, cut it up, and melt it down again to make any scent that I want. But with the lotion bars today, it is an order for my shop from the craft fair, and they wanted a mocha, an Arabian spice, which smells really good. It's an extract of musks and myrrh, frankincense, so much goodness. And then this cool citrus basil oil. And with that one, you actually add fresh cilantro in with it. And they only wanted little ones as a soap set, so we've got them set out and ready to go. And yeah, that's pretty much my whole setup. And granted, if you start something like this, don't expect it to pay the bills. It will not. At least not for a very, very long time. Right now, I'm making enough to barely help with the cable and the phone bill. And that is saying something. But if you feel that soap making is right for you, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Or, just come and check in every once in a while for a couple of tips, tricks, and product overviews. I can't review my own products because I like them so much. But definitely get a general idea of what I do. So, thanks for stopping in, and hope that you enjoyed this.